I was actually supposed to go to Texas recently for a job, and I went there, and well, first I missed my flight, even though I did everything right, but my ride came late, and I was late to the airport. I got there 45 minutes ahead of time actually, but they weren't accepting my bag, and then like my suitcase.
Yeah. I lay on the scale, you gotta glow. You gotta glow. She had my attention, she gotta know.
I'd like to welcome everyone to another episode of the Let's Gather podcast. I'm your host Zeke, and in this episode, I have my friend Yousef on the podcast to speak about school and how life is going in general. I give a content warning for any strong language used in this episode, and hope you have a nice day and enjoy the show.
So other than the apparel, do you have like a landing base or something like that, like a website or
Yeah.
nice? It's letsgatherpodcast.com.
Yep.
That's dope. That's dope. And how long have you been doing this for? I see it all
Uh,
the time on my Instagram feed. It's pretty cool to see people that I either recognize or knew in Baruch and just see them on podcasts talking about what they're up to and things like that. It's always cool to see different perspectives.
That's what I did in 2019, and then put my first episode out in 2020.
So that COVID inspiration.
It was just before it kind of messed up everything. I was doing everything in the school, getting my friends to get the what you call it, rooms, the study rooms for me, because I graduated, and I was like, "Hey y'all, I need some help."
Mm. I'm on the website. This is a really cool website, bro.
Thanks.
I like it. Did you made this yourself, or you had someone help you,
I found the template, and then I pretty much customized the template.
and you just worked it out? What do you know what server you use? I've been looking at Squarespace and Wix right now
hmm
because I'm working on a website myself, and it takes a little bit of effort. It's not as hard as people think because
Nah,
you got the templates there, but
yeah,
it's still a grind. You still need to actually put in effort. It's not just
well,
gonna.
right.
Especially yours, I love the way it's set up where you keep scrolling down and it has the episodes. I guess just the audio for it. That's pretty cool.
So YouTube.
Are you on Spotify as well?
Yeah.
Nice, nice.
For the website, what I did was since I took a class in Baruch, and I got like a B minus in the class for website web design. I was like, let me use these skills, and then I was like, I have Adobe, so I have Dreamweaver, so I know how to use that to customize the website. It's one template.
Did you have to do any coding?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
HTML, CSS,
Yeah. That's good. That's good stuff.
and then
That's a good skill to have.
yeah. Do I like it? Not at all, but it was necessary.
If you ever pursue a side hustle, that could be a viable option
Yeah,
for sure.
and then I just use HostGator as like to host the webs to connect the website to the URL in the internet, and I use Google domains.
So, so you use you said something skates,
HostGator, is it?
HostGator, is that
Yeah.
and it has like the domain name and stuff like that?
You can buy domain names for them, but I bought mine from Google Domain.
Oh, you bought that from Google? Cause I've been contemplating where to get my domain from and like how to cut costs and things like that.
It was
Like,
like $12 for a year. $12 a year.
but that's not incorporating the cost of hosting the site, right? That's just
No,
domain.
that's just domain.
So domain itself is like $12-15 a year. A year.
Mm-hmm.
That's not bad.
No, that's not bad. $1 a month.
Yeah, that's not bad. And then I was looking at was it maybe Wix, was it? For like a 3 year
Mm-hmm.
plan, they were saying like $11 a month or something to host the site up for that long.
I paid mine. I paid like 100 something a year
A year, right? Yeah,
for the website.
that sounds about right.
Cause I try to use
Pretty good.
Google, because you pay how much you use, but then the customer service I couldn't really use because I didn't have the proper plan, and I was like, let me find another solution.
Yeah. Yeah. Before I actually updated my computer yesterday, I mess this up because I leave a bunch of tabs open and I updated my computer and all the tabs are gone. But like I had a whole bunch of different stuff that I was working on with the website and different companies I was using like for the domain and whatnot. But it's all probably in my email somewhere, so I'll just find it again. So how like what is the variety of people that you've had? Like what's the common subject of Let's Gather podcast? Like how does this progress other than I guess you just get people you know and chop it up?
Yeah, a lot of times people I know, and a lot of times it's people, random people, either hit me up on LinkedIn, on the email, hit me up on Instagram, and I'll be like, they seem like a good person.
So I seen you had a professor here yesterday,
Oh, yeah, well, this week, yeah.
this week, and what did you guys like? How did that go down?
We was pretty much talking about like his books about business and how people have to be like different. And he was just talking about like how like resumes, so pretty much people pretty much taught stand up for my resume, and how like in business you don't always have to be the first. You just gotta make sure you have a unique product and a unique experience.
Hmm.
And a little bit about the podcast and how it's going in my end, but there's mostly stuff around that.
Yeah, that is true. Is there other than like what is the podcast your main like pursuit besides your current career slash work? You know, you know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. So funny enough, the podcast was started to get me a job because before I switched to podcasting, I was still to graphic design. So then I wanted to incorporate 3D animation into like my toolkit
Mm-hmm.
because I could already animate. And then I was like, let me start the podcast and then animate the origin story. So that's why the origin story part of the podcast came from. And then I realized I re-realized I hated animating.
You
So
didn't
then I
like it.
pretty much animating. Yeah, I don't really like animating.
Is tedious?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I spent like 3 weeks on a 1 minute animation. I was like, no.
You probably like the part. You probably like the same part of animating that I do, which is like the imagination and the creativity, but the actual like getting it down to something. You want to send that off to someone else to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that. I feel that.
So then the podcast became more like a general podcast where I can have a easier time getting a variety of people. And then now I'm trying to figure out what the podcast could be because I want to continue it, even though pretty much I got the job. I got a job in radio advertising, so that's pretty much it accomplishes goal. So now with the podcast, I'm trying to figure out what to do. So I'm going to add like streaming and stuff to it, but like more of like a behind the scenes type of thing with the podcast, like more
Okay.
of a community building.
Okay. I think that's definitely a good route, community building. I also think it's a good like I like Let's Gather podcast like it's perfect to get like people coming in and just especially during COVID, you need a lot of people just listening to other people's stories and having that platform to just talk about what they've experienced and what they're up to and what they're doing. Especially with us going to Baruch, like we don't talk at all. Like I don't know what anyone's doing from college. Like I don't talk to anyone from college anymore. Like it's been radio silence and that's fine. Everyone's going through their own things, but it's nice to see them occasionally when I'm on Instagram and I pass by your podcast and I see and hear them. That's a nice feeling.
They're still doing things. Good
Yeah.
progression.
Yeah, exactly. Like oh they're still alive and well. That's really good to hear. You know?
Yeah.
um hmm. So you spoke to that professor about business, and who'd you have before that professor?
Well, he was talking about him because he's about to graduate. He was talking about like media
Uh huh.
because he wants to get into it. and just giving him advice and everything.
Hmm.
And just that about to be post college life. And he's just like, oh, what's next?
Have you been going back to the UMLA things? Like,
Stuff to have. The last
like,
time I
yeah. When's the last time you participated in anything with that?
it was a 10-year anniversary. I hope like designing and everything, but besides that, I've been mainly much just working.
How long ago was that?
I think it was last year, if I'm not mistaken.
I have this like problem where like I want to go, but and this might just be an excuse, but like I feel like life is like taking up so much of my time that I be talking to Andrew, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna see you, and I never go, and I feel so bad about it because I would love to talk to the younger freshmen and sophomores and just like be able to relate with them since I kind of just got out of there, so it's still fresh in my mind of how my experience in college was. Yeah.
It definitely does happen. You just like up, you like it's more of the things like I'll put it to next week or like it'll come eventually and they're like, oh wait, that did happen.
Yeah,
Oh no.
it already passed. Yeah, yeah. My graduation is set for May 26th. It says something like practice is May 26th. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know. Like they sent me an email and I read it twice and I still was confused on what day was what. And also like why is it mandatory to buy a cap and gown? What's up with that?
I don't know. Well, I graduated just before COVID, so everything was back to
Smooth
normal.
set. Yeah.
We was in Barclays Center and everything, so these new rules.
I think we might be back in the Barclays Center. I'm not sure. But that would be cool. It's right down the block from my house, so that would be nice and convenient.
Yeah, I was like, I could just took a Uber there. It was,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah. Oh, so you're around here, are you?
yeah, best time.
Oh, that's why I seen you the other day. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, okay. Got you. That makes sense. Makes sense. I'm seeing one of your posts about what it is to be a mentor or what is a mentor. Who would you interview for that podcast?
My friend Zachary, he wanted to talk about mentoring. He was like, hey, I want to be a podcast. I want to talk about mentoring. I was like, that makes sense. And then we both had experience about being mentors, and we talked about that.
Hmm, that is a good subject. Damn, so should I have come here with like a like this guy's talking about his book, this guy's talking about mentoring, like should I
I had
have
somebody talk about their crypto. I was like, oh, you making a crypto based off gold and silver?
all right, well I don't have anything. I don't have anything. But I guess we could just flow with like what we've been up to and kind of
Yeah.
like branch off of things like that, right? So
That's what I did with Francis. I was like, she was like, what's the on topic? This is a good question. I will come back to you. Never came back.
yeah, exactly. Um, so I mean, I guess we can kind of start off with like stocks and crypto in general. I started really messing with stocks maybe 2019 and 2020. Um, I was saving up some cash and I put money into, especially when COVID happened and things started dropping. I was like, let me put some money in this thing called Plug Power. Let me put some money into gas. This is awfully low. Let me put some money into airlines because this seems low. I didn't know nothing about nothing. I was just like, this just seems like a bargain just looking at what they were in the last year and how much they've dropped. But then there's the whole psychological outlook on like when your stock is going down or when it's going up and the feelings that overwhelm you. So when I was making the right decisions to invest, I was reacting the wrong way. So like let's say I put some money into this and it went up, I would like immediately sell. Um which is, good and bad. You should sell like a little bit of it. But if it's still going up, and it depends on what's happening this week, but I kept reacting to news, and it took me like a year to realize that the news is only there to make you react. And that's literally a major part of how the market is controlled. So I kept kind of like following trends and not being ahead of trends. So I was just always a step behind. And even to now, I'm still like a step behind. I'm still trying to recuperate after a bloody virtual war in the stock market. It had a lot of ups and downs, but I definitely learned a lot. And now I'm in a decent position for my future.
Nice. I'll get into stocks a little bit later. Again, I have to move out, but yeah, it's definitely that impulse of like you have everything like, oh no, it's gonna fall again. Oh, this is a great time. It's like when you buy something, you're like, let me wait for a sale, and then the sale comes, but you wait too late, and then the sale is gone, and you just
Yeah,
like,
I never set stop losses. That's such an easy thing to do and such a stupid thing not to do. Like, just set a stop loss. If you put your money into something, just set it up so if it drops below 20% or below a percentage that you're comfortable with it dropping, set it to trigger a sale. But me, it's going either it starts going down and I lose confidence in my position, or I have blind confidence. So I'm like, oh no, it's gonna go up. I'm just losing all my money right now, but it's gonna go up. Don't worry, it's gonna go up. And you just keep waiting and waiting, and it's just like it's not gonna go up, bro. Like it's not. It's done. It's dead. That's it. But anything can happen. We saw GameStop, we saw AMC, so anything can happen. But just set those stop losses. And one thing I always tell people, because I was in a nonprofit program and we were helping like students learn about financial literacy and building a business and things like that. One thing I told them is just follow yourself. Like honestly, like don't say that my friend told me that this stock is really good, or my aunt said that this stock is really good, or this Twitter guy said this, that. Just if you think something is a smart decision, do that. If it makes sense to you, do that. Because, when you start having those doubts and the market starts spouting out these random news articles, you'll be able to be confident in your original decision. And that's the only way you're going to make money. Because if you're following other people's stuff, you're going to be so flimsy in where you're going because you're not going to be as confident. That's all I got to say about stocks.
yeah, definitely. It's a, it's like they say, it's like gambling. You just like, yeah, it's whatever happens, happens. Just
Uh-huh.
depending how much you're willing to lose.
Yeah. Yeah. I was actually supposed to go to Texas recently for a job, and I went there, and well, first I missed my flight, even though I did everything right, but my ride came late, and I was late to the airport. I got there 45 minutes ahead of time actually, but they weren't accepting my bag, and then like my suitcase, and then I told my ride to just hold down my suitcase, and I was just gonna go to Texas with the clothes on me and figure it out when I get there. And then after I did that, they were like, "Nah, you're too late to even board the plane." And I was like, "This doesn't seem like it's meant to be." Like I was going there to start a new life. Like I was going there I was gonna leave this entire space I had. I was gonna leave all my friends and family, and I was just gonna go there. I was gonna box, and I was gonna get a job. I had a couple interviews lined up for a business analyst position or some tech position or some sales position. And I had 3 or 4 interviews lined up, and I was going to attend all of them, get some job doing something that I probably would like for the first 2 weeks, and then be miserable. But anyway, long story short, I ended up, going to Texas for not as long as I expected. I came back, and it's crazy because what was it, 2 days ago? 2 days ago, I was somewhere in Brooklyn and I was legally filing my paperwork to make my business official. My business, I do like consulting. And at the same time that I'm doing that in Brooklyn, in Texas, where I would have been, the small area that I would have been, it's called Round Rock, and the vicinity of the building I would have been at was hit by a tornado. Isn't that crazy? I was like, what are the odds? What are the odds that I would have been in Texas working a job, but I'm here in Brooklyn, literally finalizing the paperwork to make my business official? Like the parallel was just insane for me. It was like a deja vu type feeling moment where like I'm like
Ah,
breaking the matrix or something. Like what's happening?
it was the universe. It was like universe was like you're making the wrong decision. You you said this and you read it wrong.
Yeah,
Course correction.
yeah. We told you to miss your flight on purpose. Listen to us.
You playing, you doing everything. Like you came on time. It was like, okay, the car's gonna be late. Then it was like, okay, so the bag is not gonna work.
You know what, sir? We're just not gonna accept you on this flight. You need to stay. You need to stay. Brooklyn needs you.
It was like, well, okay, every single time. I was be confused. Like, what is the universe trying to tell me? Is it trying to tell me that I'm on the right path or the wrong path?
That's such a good question. That's such a good question. And you know, everyone kept asking me too. They kept asking me like, why are you not going to Texas? Why are you not? Because I told everyone I was going. Like I was set, and then I just changed my mind like that. Like I just changed my mind. I was like, I'm not going. And it had to do because I want to be here to be able to take care of my parents. I worry for them a lot. Like, they're getting older, and my siblings are all married or have a kid, or all my siblings are off doing their own life, and I'm the only one that can really take care of my parents or be there if they need any taking care of. So I had that in the back of my mind, and that was one of my main reasons. But like honestly, I couldn't explain it. Like my mom kept asking me like, why'd you not go back to Texas? What's the reason? She wanted a reason. I was like, I can't give you a reason. I just know that I'm supposed to be here.
Hey, what happened? But it wasn't me.
When I told her, I was like, when you walk by the Barclays, there's a sign and it says like, you belong here. I was like, I saw that sign and it just came to me like an epiphany.
It's like I do belong here.
Yeah. I don't know how I would have been in Texas, honestly. And maybe in the future, that's somewhere I might stop by or something like that. But I'm a Brooklyn city boy at heart, always.
Yeah. That's how I feel about the podcast because there'd be times I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know who's gonna be my guest. And I remember like last year around August, I was like, I only have 5 people for the season. Okay, who's gonna be next? And then I said that, and then the weekend, I was like, book a Comic Con to think I can meet people there. Nice.
Word, word. I went to Comic Con for the first time in 2019, but it wasn't as fun because I went by myself, and I think that's the type of thing you need to go with people to enjoy yourself.
Yeah, because I went to Anime NYC and I kept meeting people and hanging out with them.
Yeah, it was a cool environment though.
I was like, my peoples.
Yeah, exactly. My peoples. You seen that
Where was
new?
y'all?
You seen you seen that new Jiu-Jitsu movie?
Not yet.
I saw it 2 days ago. It's fire.
Nice. I seen Batman. That's what I saw.
What'd you think?
I liked it. It was good.
I think it's like it was good, but I think it'll be even better when we have the full set of movies, and it's probably gonna be a really good first movie to a set of three or something like that. Hopefully,
Yeah, because they did like amazing. It was different than the other ones.
they set it up
And
nicely. Yeah, they set it up nicely, and
I was watching.
you can't beat that Catwoman. Not Zoe, not Zoe.
everybody, they felt like Batman better than me. They be like, hey, Gotham, you're on your own.
That's exactly what I was saying. When he chose Gotham, you're bugging. I'm a Brooklyn boy, but you're bugging.
It was like, hey, okay, Gotham, you're on your own. I can't help y'all. Obviously, this ain't working. Been 2 years.
Taking my ass to Texas with Zoe.
But somebody was thinking about how on YouTube, how the Joker character can be used as a Hannibal Lecter and have Batman speak to him to try to understand criminals. Having like that be a new dynamic between them.
So he's imprisoned?
Yeah.
Cause that Joker, the Joker that we saw, he would be a lot older, right?
I'm not sure.
Cause their timelines don't line up, I'm pretty sure.
The Joaquin Joker and the new
Yeah.
Joker. Yeah. Those are two different.
Oh yeah, but somebody told me that with the Flash coming out, there's gonna be a Flashpoint, and then it'll merge the universes. Yeah, that would be cool though. That would be cool.
Like people saying Spider Man, it was like Tom Holland better than me. I've been like, hey, Zendaya, this is me.
100%, 100%. Zendaya and Zoe, there's just something about you, girl. Oh, bro, that shit is. Whew.
That's what they superheroes. I'm not.
Exactly. They are qualified.
Yeah. So you're about to graduate. That's fun.
Yeah, I finished last semester, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, before the last break. I guess I just missed the graduation application date. So I'm graduating with like a lot of people that are not a part of my classes. Should be interesting.
Sure.
A lot of people ask me like if I'm gonna go or not. In the beginning, I was saying nah, like like why? It's COVID. But now I'm like, I'll pull up. Yeah.
Put up with my Switch.
Bring my Switch, but throw that shit on the flat screen on the projector. I'm probably gonna wear like a green suit or something like that. I don't think I'm gonna wear the cap and gown. I don't know. I just don't see the point in wearing a cap and gown. I get it. It's the like tradition, but like I'm good.
You're like, I'm good.
Yeah. Where else do you host your podcast? Oh, you had Anita on your podcast?
Yes. Well, her podcast. Yeah.
No, this girl's name is Anita.
Wait, let me see. It's been 70, almost 70. It's been 70 episodes.
It says adulting is the hard part.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a friend of mine. She went to my high school too. Isn't that crazy? Small world.
Yeah.
Small world.
Yeah, because she has a podcast with her friends.
Really?
Yes.
Really? Maybe I'll jump in there too.
Room 3, room something. It's a room in the Baruch. A room. That's what his name after. Let me get it right.
How often do you find yourself back at Baruch?
Never.
I've been thinking about going to one of those like career panels or something like that, just to see what it's about. I've never been. I feel like I do not utilize the resources provided to me at all. Like nothing.
Yeah, I definitely don't.
It's a bad habit. I want to like. I feel like there's so much opportunity there for me to use, whether it's finding a job or finding resources for my own business.
Yeah, they had the business center.
I don't know why I don't bother. This is bad.
Yeah, I went there one time before the pandemic. Like just when the pandemic was starting.
These two entrepreneurial and CEO Baruch pages just followed me. Um, I assume it's like a kid who is like running the club or something like that.
Yeah.
It would be cool to meet up with them, see what they're about. It's also nice to meet people who like you can see them grow into their like future endeavors. Like there's this one kid who like I'm so excited to see him grow. He was in UMLA. What was his name? He was also like a president of some association. Uh, it was his name Kevin, not Kevin. I don't know, but he was just so lit, and I was like so happy for him.
What year?
He was the year I think right under me, so maybe 17 or 18. He was a president of some association, or maybe like the finance club or something like that, or Napa. I don't know. I don't know any of these clubs. I'm just making this up.
Something. It was something
but
with
but
money.
I know, yeah, it was something with money. He was looking like money. Yeah, but he's probably graduating now. Yeah, that's really cool.
Oh yeah. So Anita's podcast is welcome to room 3228.
Wow, it's very creative. Give me 1 second. We'll be back.
Cool.
Is there anything you want to discuss?
I don't know. I usually just see what I usually just say things and see where it goes. To be honest, it'd be hard.
um.
Like
So
think of a topic like
what is your work like?
in terms of like career, like currently.
Like what are you doing?
So I work at Group M and I work in radio advertising. So pretty much what my team does is we work with our clients to get them on the air. And we so pretty much since I'm an associate, I pretty much only what you call it, work on the billing and pretty much doing the paperwork, the pre paperwork so they can send the orders in. So I just talk to the vendors a lot and be like, hey, we'll talk to planning, be like, here's your report.
That's cool.
Yeah. And it's like, I know that show. I
Yeah,
know that
yeah.
person.
So have you worked with like any recognized like radio shows or anything like that?
uh, recognize
Like
some
Hot
ESPN.
97 or anything like that?
Like it's mostly like ESPN stuff like that,
Okay.
like,
Okay.
and then like some Fox Sports.
Oh, so it's more catered towards sports.
No, well, it's more general
Right.
of like the different variety because sometimes the shows are like music shows stuff like that. So like, what they do is they put their clients into like to different what you call it, different demographics based on what they what is the goal of that buy, if that makes any sense.
No, yeah, I got it. I got it. Okay. Hmm. And then so that's work, podcasts. What do you do for fun? I feel like I'm going out on a date right now.
It's like, who are you? I mean, we didn't speak that much of Baruch,
Yeah,
so
we didn't speak that much, so it's good to figure out what you're into.
right now, pretty much trying to play video games again. Built a new computer.
Have you played? Oh, this is very cool stuff. Have you played Elden Ring?
Now, yeah, I see it. I might buy it.
Nah, you gotta get on that. You gotta get on that. It's if you're looking for something to just really like explore and shit like that, I fuck with it. Also, I love it because it's not easy. People complain because it's difficult, but like my games are like shit's easy. You want a difficult time. Like, trying to use my brain here. I'm trying to think. Like,
We're playing Sifu a lot in Halo.
got you. You said you just built a new PC?
Yeah.
What kind of parts are you running on that?
AMD 56G, gigabyte motherboard.
What kind of graphics card?
I don't have one yet. Its price is still high.
Yeah, that whole market is fixed. That's what I was wondering. I was like, damn, did you end up just biting the bullet, taking that L? Nah, nah.
Nah.
Yeah.
APU until I get one.
Yeah, I took an L. I was like, I could not wait, so I ended up just buying a 3060 for like probably $400 more than it was worth. It was like, but honestly, like if to think that 2 years later I'd still be waiting, I'm glad I did that because I built this shit mad long ago.
Yeah, last year I was like, oh, I got money.
Yeah.
It took a while, and then I was like, okay. But then the motherboard came in broke. The power supply wasn't working, so I had to replace the power supply. That was easy because the store was like, "Yeah, we got you." Then I had to
You went to Micro Center,
for the APU,
the one on Third Ave.
probably, yeah.
Probably, yeah. That's the main. That's the main one around here. Yeah.
Yeah, and then I had to return the motherboard and then buy a new one from Best Buy.
Damn. Damn. And you built it all yourself? This is your first time building a PC?
Yeah, at first I built it, but then I had to let Best Buy build it because they had to I pretty much had them fix it because it wasn't working. So with the two parts that wasn't working.
I think I'm gonna take apart my thing soon just to like clean out the dust and things like that. But the problem is I had a friend help me build it, so doing that might be a difficult task. But it would also force me to learn more about the inside and out of it.
Oh yeah, like the RAM, the SD cards, and SD, all that stuff goes.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not too hard. The motherboard pretty much tells you where it goes. It's just getting a fan is the most annoying part.
yeah. And then like stuffing the wires in there so that shit is so tedious tasks like that drive me crazy. Drive me crazy. Like I can't do it. I have no patience for these things. Yeah.
It's like, you know what? This ain't it.
I like I don't know. There's like and that applies like in such a general scape to my life. Like when it came to like school and like tedious tasks, like why am I doing this homework if it's not helping me do this? And like then I just wouldn't do it. That's just how it. I don't know. This so what I realized for like my 20s because I'm 23 right now. I'll be 24 in 6 months. Um, I'm kind of using my 20s to gauge what I can and can't do, and that's kind of general because I feel like I'm the type of guy, and this is just mainly probably because I watch anime. I think we could do anything. Like you can say your mind and do anything. I don't care
Oh
what
yeah,
anyone tells you. But what I'm saying is like I'm using my 20s to gauge what I like to do and what I like not to do. That way, when I'm in my 30s, I can have a better routine that is actually catered towards me and what I like to do. If something is tedious or whatever, I don't want to spend 15 years doing that only to figure out that, damn, I should have focused in on something else that would lead me to have a more productive life.
yeah, definitely. Like you could do anything you want. It all depends on how much effort you're gonna put into it.
Yeah, effort, repetition. I'm trying to learn how to play the piano right now. So I actually have a. I'm on like day 5.
So it's like okay, middle C.
Yeah, literally like C4, C3, and then you just fucking right now. The first day I practice like placing five fingers, placing five fingers, placing five fingers. Second day is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then doing that, and then doing them at the same time. And I'm hoping by like day 6 or day 7, I could play a little tune. That would be nice. But cause like it's like learning a new language where like if you don't have like the neural pathways in your brain practice and working in that route, you have to literally build the route through your brain to build that pathway. So, and that only comes with hard work and practice. And I think that still applies to like being able to do anything is just unlocking that path to your brain through consistency.
It's like once I get the pattern down, it's pretty much over. Like I might be still be rusty, but like you still can do it.
Yeah. It's all flow, energy, as they say, and vibes. But that's really what it is. Like I've been watching like some like podcasts and stuff like that, like and they talk about the transfer of energy and vibration and things like that. And that's what it all comes down to is just, how you flow and handle energy that comes in and out of your life and manage the stress and things like that. That's really it. Like sometimes like the biggest deals and stuff like that or like the hardest work you can do is as simple as just picking up the phone and calling someone else to make that contact or make that deal, and that's just a flow of energy. Like it sounds mad funny, but that's really what it is.
That's why you're not in Texas.
That's why I'm not in Texas. The vibes weren't right, bro.
No,
Yeah,
because it'd be like, am I going through the struggle to see how resilient I am, or is this just like a warning?
exactly. Exactly. Yeah, cause like I have these two businesses that I'm trying to develop, and it's been pretty difficult, pretty difficult. Cause like even when I do maximum effort, as an individual, you get burnt out, and then but the business doesn't care if you're burnt out. It doesn't matter. You got to keep grinding and pushing and pushing, and you might not see any results. Like that's just what it is. So like I started both these businesses. One was consulting, another was like a delivery type business, and and that other business is slowly transitioning into something else. Um but like it just takes like mad effort, and sometimes you don't get the results that you want, and then it's like, do I give up or and go to Texas? Oh, and get a job and get a nice comfortable check, or do I struggle and kind of eat shit for a little bit and just keep pushing to see if and maybe nothing happens. That would suck, but maybe nothing happens. Like people always talk about like just keep going. I think nothing happening is a very valid like that's a very big possibility. But I don't think like that either. Like I think like I only I can't handle rejection. I can't handle negativity. I can't handle I only think like positively for the that's is that true? I don't know if that's true. Cause I do think very realistically. But like I also feel like I can't fail. But life says otherwise a lot of the time, and it's like believing that you could do anything, and people are like, well, you can't do anything. And it's like, well, I believe I do. You do, or do you? I don't know where I was going with that.
I get you. It's pretty much just like this can happen, but it's always like it's like if I do all this work and I'm in the same spot, was that wasted?
Right, right. Was that wasted? And it's like, I can commit a bunch of time to get a comfortable check and things like that. or I can try to pursue an endeavor that might not go into anything, but I still think that time that you spent pursuing that is valuable because you're going to figure out parts of yourself, and you're going to meet people that you may have never met, and you're going to do things that you may have never done outside of your comfort zone. And if you just stay comfortable, not saying that a 9 to 5 or anything like that is bad. I don't think that's bad whatsoever. Um, I just think that if you have something in the back of your mind, like, oh, I should try this. Oh, I can do this. Try to do that. And like, just try. And at least you can say you tried. That's the point I was getting at. At least you can say you tried. No matter how much doubt you had or whatever, or, it doesn't matter. Or you believed in yourself and you didn't want to fail and you just still failed. Fuck it. Fuck it. Like, we're all just humans on a fucking floating space ball.
Like, what's the harm in trying? You spend money, you're gonna spend money anyway.
Exactly, yeah. Just keep trying, keep trying, keep trying. So yeah, I started these two things in 2020, and one of them only really started kind of picking up now, and now I'm really trying to get the ball rolling, trying to use that like momentum, I guess you could say. So I do like consulting and taxes, and I give people like specific project outlines of how to tackle specific business problems that they might have, whether it's with their consumers, marketing, taxes, whatever the case is. We come up with like a strategic plan to really attack that and solve it. And I didn't have any clients for a long time, but now I started off with 5 clients, 2 of which were my parents, and another one's my sister. But then the next year, those 5 clients turn into like 8 clients because so and so said this to so and so and they recommended this. Now that 8 clients is 20 clients, and hopefully that those 20 clients turn into 40 clients and so on and so forth. And it's taking a long time, but 20 people is 20 people. If I have 20 people believing in me and my work that I can do for them, whether it's telling them how to invest their money or how to build their business or how to do their taxes, if 20 people have faith in me to do that, then I'm doing something right. So fuck Texas and pursue your dreams. Let's Gather podcast.
Pretty much. It's just like, oh yeah, it's like, that's why I was like, when things start working out, then I can't believe like, yeah, this is the right path. When it's just like, oh, everything's falling in place.
Falling into place, yeah. And somebody was telling me like, how do you know like the things are falling into place? And I said, I feel like your body knows, because as humans, we're kind of fragile, and our body does not want to go through change or stress. So that's why it's hard for us to work out. It's hard for us to be mentally okay after a sudden event or, catastrophe occurs. It's hard for us to handle that. And you'll know if something is going right, and it's not necessarily, you'll know if something is going wrong kind of in the same way. We have this like response to fall back into our habits. And recently in this year, 2022, I've become an avid viewer of myself. I kind of used to just do shit, but now I'm like, I'll watch myself doing stuff. So like, if I said I was gonna work out today, I'll watch my mind come up with reasons to not work out. And it's mad funny actually, because like, I can convince myself that I had to do a bunch of stuff that I didn't have to really do. But like now, so to go back to what I'm saying, like with pieces falling into the place and how you know is even though the pieces are falling into place, things are going to get difficult. That's just what it is. Like change is difficult. So even if your business is going well and things are flowing, as they continue to flow, change is going to happen and change is uncomfortable and your body's response is going to be to fall back into its old habits prior to that change. So I could see myself like change is happening and I can see my body trying to get me back into my comfort zone. And it's like a constant battle of pushing against those old habits and those old way of thinking and pushing forward to newer things that you haven't experienced or you don't know anything about or just being in uncomfortable situations, etc., etc. Like you just have to watch yourself very carefully and continue to move forward.
Me, it's more like if I have a question and the question answers itself, I'm like, oh, okay. Without me really doing anything, I'm like, oh, okay.
Right.
The, like just things randomly come out of nowhere. Like this answers my question. Cool.
I
It's
know
good
what you
to
mean.
know.
I know what you mean.
And now you have 20 people who believe in you, and then more people are going to believe in you. The multiplication factor. It's like if your parents didn't believe in you, then nobody else is going to believe in you.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's like a domino effect.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And then your parents, of course, your parents are going to worry about you, and they'll be like, this will work for them. Maybe it work for me.
It took me mad long to get to do my parents' taxes. Mad long. They're like, first time I brought it up to them, nah, no, absolutely not. It took me, I started doing that maybe 2 years ago. I've been doing taxes since 2016. So I was an intern, so I get it. I was an intern when I started, but I told them to do their taxes with me in 2016. So it took them 4 years to get comfortable. So I understand why this shit. I actually now saying out loud, waiting 4 years for my parents to do their work with me. Now I understand why it'll take long for clients to come into me and trust me. And all right, that makes sense. Saying it out loud, I gotta be patient. I gotta be patient.
It's like if you go like Airbnb, and you see somebody with one review compared to like 25 reviews, which one is going to be like the one you trust?
Right, right. That is so true. Just gotta be patient. Mm.
And then you like, hey parents, I went to Baruch, the accounting school. They're like, nah.
Nah, bro. Nah, bro.
It's like we raised you, we know.
Yeah,
They're like, that's hilarious.
yeah.
Would you lol?
I put up
And so
this whiteboard over here to like for like reminders and stuff like that. I
you
think
have a mini one back there.
I started off with a mini one, and then I told myself when I move to a new place I want to have a wall because I feel like I have so many thoughts and things like that throughout the day that kind of just pass, and I wanted to be able to just note them or to have like constant reminders when I wake up and I glance at something to have something that says like like I don't know fucking work out, let's get it, some shit like that.
Yeah. And then you with the website. So I don't know, just pick whichever one. They all pretty much do the same thing. If you don't want to like build it from coding, they're all pretty much same difference. And then I guess it just pick one that could be easily integrated into business, like not like merch, but like something that you can step money from.
Yeah, there was two, so I wanted one website to have a lot of info, and then a section for like buying apparel. And then the other one I wanted to just be a landing page just for information and for booking a like consultation. So
I'm
I'm
gonna use Equid for that part.
Eckward.
Equid.
How you spell that?
Let me make sure I get that properly. It is ECWID.
ECWID Eckward. That would be for the fashion one you said, for the apparel one.
I think it can work for the other one also.
Start selling on a website.
Because it can be like its own little section where it takes you to another website where it does.
Got it. Got it. I'm gonna mark this down.
And that's why you see me in downtown Brooklyn. And I gave you this idea because you stayed in Brooklyn and didn't go to Texas.
Like that. Thinking about stuff like that makes me go crazy. Cause it's like if I didn't bump into that guy, if I didn't talk to this person, crazy.
Because my friend's sister, she uses Equid for her fitness store. So I know at least one person who actually uses it in practice.
Cool.
And the way they work is they have a code. You can
Excuse me.
code it into a website, or they integrate it into a website, so it's not like a totally
It looks like a really good integration system.
yeah.
They have everything on a single dashboard with like inventory management, pricing. That's cool.
There's low cost. You can try it, like you can make it for free, and then for the other ones, because with that sales tax,
Oh
that's gonna be annoying.
yeah, what? What? I just see this free plan. Hold up, whoa! You don't see that often. Yeah, I'm gonna fuck with that. I was trying to put my logo onto my website, and I was having such a hard time with Wix. It didn't make any sense. Every time I was hitting replace, it wasn't giving me another option. Let me see. Oh, here we go. Upload for computers. So when you upload your podcast, you just upload it, or do you do any editing or anything?
Yeah, I edit. I make the intro and outro, and then if somebody wants me to take something out, I usually take that out.
Oh, okay, okay. So you probably take out all like the pauses and things like that, maybe.
That's my work. That's my work. That's it.
That is mad work because you gotta rewatch the whole thing, which is already like an hour, and so that's already mad work. Yeah.
I'll be like, hey, y'all gonna listen to an actual conversation between two human beings.
Yeah, I used to edit these YouTube videos. I tried to make vlogs and shit, but so much work, so much work.
Yeah, it really is.
Kind of gave me a bit of new respect for those guys.
And like, I can see why I get burned out every 5 days.
Alright, I see you. Alright.
Like that's
Alright. Nice. I did get my logo. That is nice. Okay.
signing, pricing, free. Every easy online store to launch your business for free. Venture, business, unlimited.
Place. I think I'd also be a lot happier with like building my own thing, and
Mm-hmm.
because then you just like look at it and you're like, oh, I did that.
I did.
Yeah.
That's how I felt with the website. I was like, oh my god, I did it.
Yeah. That's dope.
When I do it again, no. Yes. Podcasting. He was like, "This works perfectly. Integrations." I pay to make money. Cool. So what else we gonna talk about?
My fault. I was just looking at some things on the site.
Oh no, you good.
Let's talk about how I fucking chopped off my beard, man. Bruh.
I got a little. Ain't got nothing.
Man, this is nothing. This is it's crazy. It's crazy. I look like my father now.
I was like, he like, seems familiar.
Yeah.
So we went to a business school, and now we want to start our own businesses. Makes sense.
Makes sense. Even though I went there for psychology.
I went there for accounting.
Yeah.
Came out marketing.
Yeah. I tried to transition into a marketing type thing, but they were dubbing me.
Marketing is so great. Half the classes are hybrid, so only once a week
It's all
on online
psychology.
classes.
I was reading these books by Robert Greene, Human Nature, Power, all that. You don't need a degree at all. You just got to read those 4 books, and you got it down packed. Because once you figure out how to talk to people, that's everything revolves around people at the end of the day. I was rewatching Jujutsu Kaisen, and the guy was saying, the guy with the glasses and the tie, he was saying like how backwards the world is. He was like, as humans, we need food, we need shelter. So, but we create these problems in our head. So he has an illogical job. He's a stockbroker and he makes mad money as a stockbroker. But then he goes to the local bakery and where he needs bread to live and survive, and they're not making any money in the bakery. He's like how fucked up is our humans that we have this job? I'm managing people's money, but someone who gives us something to sustain our life is not making any money. It's all backwards.
It was like you're making imaginary money to make more imaginary money.
Exactly, exactly.
So like half the humans learn like society. There was like we need more problems to solve because
Yeah,
we're not fighting enough.
yeah. We need to struggle more. Yeah,
The,
and I feel like that's the case like everywhere. Like people with actual jobs that actually do stuff for society make no money.
like
Like
teaching, psychology, all that stuff.
exactly.
Like we need these, but
It
you're not gonna make anything.
this is essential for the development of society, but money is coming in other positions. Like I don't know. It just all seems so backwards.
They'd be like the meme be like, we're the only people on earth who pay to live here.
I was watching this thing and it's like this guy was like, wait, so we're humans fighting other humans for humanitarian rights? It was like, what?
Like why?
Wait, why aren't we fighting aliens about this?
Like we should probably all agree on this.
Yeah, like this is a baseline. Shit, it makes no sense. There's so much stuff that's so backwards.
That's
Essential
life for you.
jobs. That's life, yeah.
Sometimes I feel like the universe just balances itself out. I'm just like, there's too much good, random chaos.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Did you see that thing about like Isaac Newton predicting the end of the world to be in like 2060.
I think I heard something like that.
And then some supercomputer also predicted the world to end around that same time.
They
I
made
mean,
the Mayan, but I don't know. That time the Mayan calendar just kind of stopped, and it was just like, eh.
yeah, like I mean, I feel like the main way it would happen, because I don't think the world would end like because of like we are gonna be the reason. We are the reason. There is no other reason why the world would end. Like it would only be because of us creating more problems. Like nuclear war or something like that. Me and my friend were talking about like how many warheads each country has, and I'm like, this is great. Like the U.S. has like 500 nuke heads, and Russia has like 750 or some shit like that. And it's like that's cool, but like this is all like offense. What about defense? Like what if we all start throwing this? Does that just mean we all die?
Yeah, because I forget which country was trying to make defense, but then the other countries like don't make defense because they're gonna make us to use them more. Because the reason why we don't use it is because we have mutual assured destruction, which is pretty much just like, hey, if you press a button, you're gonna die.
But
Also, if I press a button,
that's
I'm also
all.
gonna die.
But that's all reliant on like 5 or 10 people's sanity. Like, what if they just click like fuck this? Like, my wife cheated on me. I have no love for anybody anywhere.
Then
Then we're
we should
fucked.
show this. Yeah,
What? That's crazy. There has to be someone making a defense, like some
they
magnetic
probably
field or some
are,
shit. I hope so, man. I hope so.
but they said no. They was like, the only way this works is if we all die.
Nah, that's like the only one who will survive is Elon Musk because he'll just go to space, and Jeff Bezos. Like that's it, and whatever mysterious rich family is there that we don't know about. Man, you think Elon Musk has a Iron Man suit?
Possibly.
If
Just
he
how you gonna power it. But
if he built a flamethrower, I feel like why wouldn't he have?
yeah.
Right?
Only thing is how you sustain damage. Like if it get hit by something,
It would have to be something that stores, I guess, that impact or something. Kind of like the Black Panther suit, where
yeah.
like it stores it and then it hits back. So maybe
Mm-hmm.
some sort of technology that absorbs and stores that. Maybe like if
The
he
amount of
gets,
times Iron Man get hit, I'm like that impact got hurt.
even if he has like a plate, just hitting the plate to hit him would hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Shock absorption.
Like he fighting a Hulk, he should be dead.
He should
Even
be
if he's
dead.
in the suit, he should be dead.
Yeah. That makes sense. I'm sure he's thought about that. Oh man. Now watching Batman makes me want to be a vigilante so badly. We're gonna have to cut that part out just in case I do become a vigilante.
It's like officer, he's right here.
Yeah. He's like 20 years later, he's like, we've got you on tape.
Like, what? That's not me. You see the beard? That wasn't me.
Yeah. That'd be the only way I could change. See, that's what I came to my conclusion was like, I can grow out my beard for forever, and if I ever need to change my identity, I'll just shave my face, and I'll be another person. But so that plan is done now because everyone's gonna see this.
It's funny. I always think about the amount of people in before like social media and the internet who just left and started a whole new life.
Uh huh.
They just got up and like, you know what? I'm gonna start somewhere else. New
Yeah.
name and everything.
Yeah. I think about that.
When that happened in like I think UK, there was a guy on the one. Then he was just being mad active in UK because like being community stuff.
Uh huh.
And then they found him. It was like, oh, this person was not who we thought he was.
That's some Dexter shit. That'd be madness, man. Madness. That's my only response to a lot of stuff now. Madness. You
But
said
yeah,
you're not selling the shirts
not yet. Like legit, I have to move out.
because of storage and shit.
No, just like income reasons.
Yeah,
And I'm just like, New York City is expensive.
yeah, man. I'm looking into office space and I'm gonna have to like figure out something because obviously I can't have people come to my house. And at first, I wanted this to be an office space actually, and I was just gonna sleep here, like having a sleeper. But then I turned this shit into a whole man cave. Yeah. So I'm like, I can't have people here. It's very unprofessional. I'm over here playing the piano and shit. But I have a business partner and I'm trying to get an office space or something like that maybe next year. But as you said, it's expensive. Although there are spaces where like you can rent out for an hour and things like that. But
Yeah.
I'd like to have my own space. It's a give and take because like if you have your own space, you have a lot more privacy and you can do more things in that nature or whatever. And then, but if you rent out an office, you don't have to worry about cleaning, rent, maintenance. So it's a give and take.
Yeah, life is fun.
You gotta say that more enthusiastically.
I can't.
Yeah, yeah, woo! Nah, bro. Me finding motivation and being excited about things and being happy and complacent and confident and bright. Like this, I wasn't like this a couple months ago. Like nah, like it's up and down all the time, and like I have like those fucking patches where like it's just tough, man, to just be happy and getting out of bed and all that. You just motivation comes and goes and shit. And
Yeah,
right now I'm just constantly chasing something. I don't know what, trying to be excited. Like happiness is a choice. So like there's times where I just get up fucking angry. Like I just be mad. And I'm like, damn, but like I don't want to be mad. So like what I've been doing now, this is mad funny actually. Usually I walk out on the street, I'm like this. This is how I walk. I just be walking, my face is like this. Now I'm trying to go like this. I'm trying to walk like that with my eyebrows up, and I think it actually is changing. If you have less of an angry face, then you'll be less angry. But it's tough. It's tough. It's tough.
before. Uh, tell me. I supposed to ask what your origin story would be, but I didn't ask that in the beginning.
Who's my what?
Your origin story. What would that be?
My origin story?
Yeah, it could be a real story or a fake story.
Oh, that's such a good question. I wish I had time to think about that. Origin story? Like it could be real or fake? What the fuck? Why is it
Yeah,
not
like
just real?
I don't
Like
know. Some people make up stories.
I mean, if I had a fake story, it'd be like somebody like hurt my family, and I found them and became vengeance, like some shit like that. But I don't know. My origin story would be like, I really tell me your origin story. Let me get something to work off of.
They also use always say like I'm adapted, like somebody who adapted to every situation and is like, oh, this is the new what you call it? Like this is the new environment I'm in. Just kind of be like, okay, how can I best utilize this? to my advantage.
Hmm. Okay, I don't know how to word this into like a story, but I'm gonna try my best. So my origin, and this is true actually. So my origin story would be finding myself in a lot of peculiar situations like that are hard to understand because I was born and raised in Brooklyn and I was born from two immigrant parents and we didn't have much this like I was born and raised in a deli basically like my whole life and the terminology and the way we talked at home was not how you would talk in general and or in more sophisticated places so I would but somehow I managed to position myself in quote unquote sophisticated places, right? So when I was younger I was around older wealthier individuals and as I continued to grow I found myself in a lot of places where I didn't necessarily belong there. I wasn't qualified to be there. I didn't have the education. I didn't have the terminology. When I tell you these type of places, it's like they they are places where you have to hold your fork in a specific way and eat in a specific way. So I managed to adapt, as you said, adapt and become this other being that was able to blend in like a chameleon in all these places, and that's like my origin story to the rise to the top is like I faked it till I made it.
Nice.
Putting myself in a bunch of these situations and blending in.
Now, how would you represent it? Would you make a book, a story?
Oh, I write a book for sure. I want to write a book. I want to, I've been thinking about this actually. I want to get like someone who writes autobiographies, and I want them to interview my parents first and have the first biography of my family be from my parents and their stories. And then I want that same person to come and write my biography and my perspective or my siblings in that. And I want that because I feel like, and this could be egotistical to say, but I feel like I'm like me is going to be the turning point of this family. Like me and my generation of me and my siblings, we are going to be like when my great 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 grandson he goes back and he's like, remember when great Yousef made that one move and now we are here today and they're like on Mars or some shit. I think that I'm going to be a part of that pivotal change in my family's storyline. So I want someone to record my parents' stories and my stories and something that could be continuously passed down. And basically starting the family line of history. Cause I really can't like all I know is from what my father tells me about his father and his father's father back in Pakistan, or my mom and her father back in Pakistan. Like I don't know much other than what they tell me. Like there's no history. There's no, obviously we can check our bloodlines and our ancestors and talk about that, but in terms of actual specific stories and stuff like that, we have nothing. So I want to be able to start that for my great 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 grandkids, so they can have something to read back on and stuff like that. And then it's gonna be just like that. It's gonna be like, Yusuf, he put himself in the higher class rooms and held the fork the way they were supposed to, which is mad stupid. They hold forks in such a stupid way. It doesn't make any sense. I'm gonna show you. It makes no sense. It makes no fucking sense. When you eat something, I typically eat it like this, right? Seems to be a curve to gather material. They don't do that. They do this, and they have their little knife, and they brush it on top of this, and then they eat it like that. And it's a little bit too, because you don't want to look like you're gluttonous. It's some bullshit. I think that shit is so stupid.
Yeah, I hate when you get to that level of type of society. I'm just like, I don't fit here ever.
It's the worst. It's the worst.
I was like, y'all gonna hate me. Every rule you have, I'm like, why?
Bro, I'm I'm looking at rooms where have this like artwork, and it's like wooden panels, and it's like over $1 million worth in value. And I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here. I see
Money laundering.
the fucking that's going. Yep, yeah, I see. Y'all not fooling me. I know what's going on.
The OG NFTs.
Yeah. Y'all not fooling me.
Definitely. Streaming. Once I get that pat, it's gonna be great.
Word, I'll tune in.
I'm like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know how I'm gonna be entertaining, but I'm just like, I will get it done.
Yeah, that's good. You could switch up, and then you could probably even do like podcast type, but like while y'all are gaming too. That'd be cool, like Smash Bros or some shit. Yeah, that'd be what's up.
But how is your life as I'm beating you right now? How's that business going, huh? You're losing here.
That's mad funny.
Yeah.
I think this is a good place to wrap it up, right?
Yeah. And so, last question I asked is, what would you name your origin story?
What would I name my origin story? Oh man, I think I just like three corny names just came to my mind. The Rise of the Puerto King. Puerto Rican, Pakistan. All right.
Yes.
All right, man. I had a great time today. Good time discussing. Definitely tag me in whatever post. Maybe I'll post something too because I was recording a lot of it too. So
That brings another episode of the Let's Get Podcast to a close. Again, I'd like to thank my friend Yousef for joining the podcast. For next, we got Steve Castanovo to speak about podcasting, wrestling, and teaching. Hope you and I hope to see you there.